I was really annoyed and I was really frustrated because I was sweating, and when we got back to the hostel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I am Yayang Veloso, a Filipino registered nurse working and living in UP.
So for this vlog, guys, we are going to do a hostel review. So this hostel is the accommodation that we booked last year, December 9, 2023. Me and my nephews and nieces went to Panglao for an overnight, and we booked into this hotel, and it's called Nautilus Hostel and Hammocks. They have a rating of 8.9 on Booking.com. When I book a hotel, I always go to Booking.com, and there are two considerations that I look into when I book a hotel, and that's the rating and the price. So the rating first and the price. So if there's a good rating and the price is good, then I would jump into it. But if the rating is not really good, even if it's cheap, I wouldn't book it. I will always go with the rating. So we went there on December 9. I think we arrived at around 8 p.m. And for this hotel, we paid $91.06 New Zealand dollars. So that's equivalent to around 3,100 pesos. And that's already for 2 rooms. So one air-conditioned room and the other one is non-air conditioned. Now, for this review, I am going to share what are the good things of this hostel, and also what are the not so good things or things need improvement. Alright, so we'll start with the good things. The first one is when we got there at around 7 or 8 p.m. As soon as we got inside, we felt like we are in a different place. It had like a Bali vibe. I haven't been to Bali, but I've seen lots of photos of, friends who went to Bali, and it was kind of like similar vibe when we got inside, and my nephews and nieces loved the vibe as well. And the second good thing was the receptionist. She was very lovely, she was friendly, accommodating, and she had this approachable vibe that you don't get intimidated. Like if you have requests, you don't have the hesitation to ask her. Third, there are few shared toilets outside. As what I've mentioned, one of the rooms that we booked was non-air conditioned room. It's like a, how do I say this? It's more like it's similar with backpackers. It's more like a semi-private. Yeah, it's semi-private with no toilets. So outside there are a few shared toilets, and which is really helpful as well. I think there's 4 or 5. So that's really helpful that, if you want to go to the toilet, then you don't need to fall into a queue. Number 4 good thing, they offer free water. So which is really a good thing, and I like it because in the Philippines it's humid, hot, you always sweat out, and when I was in the Philippines, I always drink water as frequently as I could because again, it's really hot there, and if you're in the Philippines, you do the same. Number 5, so I was in the air-conditioned room together with my other nephew, and the toilet in that room has this nice vibe. So it has like river rocks, and the wall is made up of bamboo as well, so like the bamboo walling, so it has a native vibe, a Bali vibe. I like it so much. And the number 7 good thing is the price. Of course, the price of the 2 rooms was just what I've mentioned, $91.06, very reasonable. So those are the 7 good things that I would say that hostel has, and I'm pretty sure there are other good things that other people found when they stayed in that hostel, but so far those are the 7 good things. Now guys, before we proceed to the not so good things or things need improvement, I would like you to check out my other video. This was a vlog uploaded on December 7, which has a title, Super Laugh Trip. I attended my friend's wedding in the Philippines plus hostel review. I'll put the link here. I did a hostel review as well, which is Drew Hostel, a hostel in Tagbilaran City. So please check it out, guys. Alright, we are now. Alright guys, let's now proceed to the not so good things or things need improvement. So the first one, as what I mentioned, I was in the air-conditioned room, so the toilet smells. Though I like the vibe of the toilet because it has like river rocks on the ground, it has bamboo walling, but the toilet smells. Urine. It's like the urine has been there for maybe 2 weeks. It already expired. It was really smelly. And the second thing that needs improvement is the switch, but I don't know, it's going to be a big work because the switch was behind the toilet door. So what happened was I went to the toilet at around 4 a.m. and it was dark. I managed to get myself to the toilet door and I was trying to like feel outside of the toilet and inside of the toilet just by the toilet door, but I couldn't find any switch, only to find out that the switch was behind the door, which is really weird, and I had to grab my phone to use the torch. The third thing that needs improvement is that they don't have proper toiletries. There was a body wash inside the toilet, but when I used it, it did not even create a bubble. So I thought it already expired, and good thing that my nieces brought some toiletries with them. So it was a good thing to know as well if you decide to book into this hostel. The fourth thing that needs improvement is the blanket. So we turned the AC at I think 18 degrees Celsius and the blanket was really thin. We could have turned the temperature of the AC up, but it was not necessary because in the Philippines, even at night, it's still uncomfortable because of the temperature. So I think we set the AC at 18 degrees and that was appropriate. So we were not, I think the temperature of the AC was appropriate, 18 degrees Celsius. It's just that we didn't have the appropriate blanket, and I woke up at 4:30 because I felt cold and I couldn't find any extra blankets at all. Now the fifth thing that needs improvement is the towels. There are no free towels. This annoyed me. This made me frustrated because what happened was we went to Alona after we got there. So we put all our luggages or our bags in the room, and then we went to Alona, which is 500 meters away from the hostel, and we got back in the hostel at around 1 a.m. and of course we were sweating because prior to coming in Panglao we had a big day, and then we got back, there were no towels and there was no reception that time as well. It was already closed. So what we did was we ended up using our clean t-shirt to dry our body up after we showered, and that's really not acceptable. I mean, guys, you could have just provided a free towel to us and then give us extra charge, and then only to find out in the morning that the towels are for rent. I think 8 pesos per towel, which is ridiculous. And guys, before I proceed to the last section, which is things good to know, I would like to request you guys, if you find value in this vlog, please hit like and subscribe if you haven't. Now, 2 things good to know, and I think I mentioned this already. The first one is the hostel is about 500 meters away from Alona. So Alona is the beach that, the go-to beach of lots of tourists in Panglao. So you might want to consider other accommodations if you think this is an issue for you, walking from the hostel going to Alona. So the second thing good to know is the path going to the hostel. It is not cemented. So that time it was raining before we went there, and so the pathway going there was muddy. So from the highway going to the hostel, it's not cemented, and it was around 150 meters away from the highway. So that's one thing that you might want to consider as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time and your support for this small YouTube channel, and I hope, again, if you find value in this vlog, please hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and don't forget to think young and stay young. I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.
Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away.